Morning, campers. Day 8, I think. We started out at Grass Shack Camp at 5,200 feet, left at about 7 o'clock this morning, and we're just a half a mile away right now from Manning Camp. We're at about 7,500 feet right now, but gorgeous view if you can obviously see straight ahead down here, looking down into Vail and Tucson. We're up in the pine trees all around us. Just beautiful, beautiful. We are just about here. We are at Manning Camp. Just over to my right is the actual cabin. Okay, just give you a little tour, campers, around Manning Camp. Got some nice benches here. Picnic table. I don't know how they got that up here. This is the cabin itself. Pretty big, actually. And here's where we get our water. Let's see. Oh, bummer, they turned it off for the season. No water. Well, that's why we packed 4 liters. And we used a bunch of it yesterday, but we've got about 2 or 3 liters. Originally, we were going to camp here. Great place to camp. I would highly recommend it. But since there's no water, we're not going to, and it's probably going to be in the teens tonight for temps. So we're going to soldier on. Our goal tonight is Reddington Road. Should be about roughly a 16-mile day. But we have heard that there's water at Italian Spring, Italian Trap, whatever it's called, which is about 5 more miles ahead. So we're going to hopefully ration our water out until we get to that point. But thanks for coming along. We are at Manning Camp, beautiful pine forest. Campers, here's some of the remnants of that fire I talked about, the Bighorn fire earlier this year in the Tucson area. If you can see beneath me here, some of these pine cones are all burnt. Remnants of the fire. And it's definitely, though, how the forest spreads her seeds. Those pine cones don't release their seeds unless through fire. So as much as it is a curse, these fires, at least us humans, it's a blessing as well for the forest itself. And in the grand scheme of geological times, any given spot, at least on this mountain, this is my theory only, this has happened hundreds of times. These big honking wildfires have happened hundreds of times. If you think the generation of a tree, you know, a couple hundred years, maybe a little more, maybe 300 for some of these pines, stretch that out over 1 million years. How many times has that happened? A lot. Campers, so we're just coming off of Micah Mountain and just got this, you know, off to my left there's just, you can see this is all the pine trees. We just came out of this and we get this sweeping grand view, and straight ahead of me, which you can't see too much, is Mount Lemmon, and there's a tiny little town way off towards the horizon, which I think is Oracle. But we're climbing down the trail here and on our way to Italian Spring, probably about a half a mile, and hopefully we should get some water there. Right behind us is Micah Mountain that we just came down. We went up and over that today. Pretty sweet, gorgeous mountain. But on a more serious note, we were going to do one more day of our adventure, but it's going to end tonight. because about day 3 into this, I started to get some blisters on my feet, and they have become severe to the point where I can almost not walk. And we're going to come up to Reddington Road. We'll have well over 100 miles in on our trip, which is one of our goals. And we're just going to have some friends come by and pick us up at Reddington Road. And this adventure will continue on another day once our feet have healed up, maybe in the spring, and then we'll see what next adventure brings. So otherwise, it's John and Gretty saying thanks for coming along, and we will see you on our next adventure.